What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the My Player Career Mode. A massive episode today, 8 games remaining in the Bundesliga. The title race is still well and truly on, but of course we cannot afford any slip-ups today. With only 8 games left, we need to be winning every single game to try and keep pace with RB Leipzig, who currently sit 5 points clear of us at the top of the table. Leverkusen just ahead of us as well, and Bayern not out of the mix by any means. Today's episode as well, first up is Wolfsburg. Following that is a home game against Bayern Munich. So 2 huge games to begin this, and to be honest, these are the 2 that could well, keep us out of a title race or keep us in one, because if we don't win both these games here, and Leipzig do, I think that'll pretty much be it. We'll only have 6 games to go, and Leipzig could well be like 8 points, 10 points clear. So they're huge to this title race, the first 2 games. Wolfsburg are currently down in 11th place, and Bayern, of course, in 4th. Bayern have to win it. They can't afford not to if they want a shot at the title. But them 10 draws that you can see there are really the reason why we're not higher up in the table at the moment. We've drawn far too many games this season. And although we've had a really good run in this second half of the season, you can't help but feel the first half was what's cost us really being at the top of the table. But we still have a chance, and whatever we're still in a title race, we will give it everything we've got. So without further ado, we are going to jump ourselves into our first game of today, which is going to be against Wolfsburg, away from home, on ultimate difficulty, of course. And let's see, it's a very strong Dortmund team. I might actually play the games on 5 minutes as well today. But there's the team. Massive game. We have to win it. Let's find out if we can do just that. Arnold and Origi combine, and it's through for Seferovic. Seferovic turns, finds an easy pass. And the worst possible start we could have hoped for in today's episode has happened. Weghorst has scored. Wolfsburg lead in the first game of the day. And the defending was just non-existent from Borussia Dortmund. Oh, man. Oh, man. Stand up and be counted is what I will say we had to have done today. And that's not what we've done in this first opportunity to defend. A simple tap-in for Weghorst. Witzel's not going to block that on the line. And Dortmund are 1-0 down. Here is Guerrero. Sends the ball up towards us. Alcacer's made the move. Instead, though, we go to Sancho. Sancho through to Varane. Offside flag goes up. It would not have counted, even if Varane had found the finish. It's positive to see us coming forward. We need to pick our passes a little bit better than we did here. Sancho's ball through, just offside to Varane. But here is Origi, ball through, and it's going to be 2-0. Oh, this is disastrous. We've only played 20 minutes of the first game, and already we are crumbling. Can you believe it? The way this season started, you probably can. But then I just felt like we were putting together a run where nobody was going to stop us. The title was hopefully going to be ours. But this just really sums up this first season, doesn't it, here at Dortmund? Seferovic's shot, a hand on it from Berkey, but not enough to turn it behind. It's in the bottom corner. Wolfsburg 2, Borussia Dortmund 0, and I don't see a way back into the game for us now. If 1-0 was going to be hard, 2-0 will even be even harder. Sancho trying to find a way forward. This start is just not what we hoped for. Witzel, Delaney sending the ball through. We need to find a finish here. Brooks is with us, and that's a great piece of defending. I mean, that again, that is sensational defending. We were going to hit the target as well, so he had to make the block. And he did that. Here is Alcacer through for Guerrero! Oh, he got a lot of power behind it, but not accuracy, and that's what he missed. Look how much power he put on that shot. Witzel on the ball for Dortmund, now finds Delaney. Delaney back towards Witzel. Now Sancho, Witzel again, Alcacer, good movement. But Casteels is there, it was hit straight at him. We're going to have to find the corners, not straight at the goalkeeper in order to try and get a goal back. 2 minutes until half-time, and it's now injury time in this one. Sancho sends the corner short towards us. A bit too much time and space. There's the delivery in towards the box. Weghorst underneath it, and there's the clearance, and that will be half-time. Here is Alcacer, lets it go towards us. Alcacer continues through. There's the ball through towards him. Got to finish it! And he has done. And that's a massive goal in what could be a comeback opportunity for us. Paco Alcacer with the finish. Elsewhere at the moment, by the way, as well, Bayern are leading against Frankfurt. So if it stays the way it is at the moment, they will go a point behind us and we face them next game. So yeah, we have to try and get something out of this one. Fantastic finish by Alcacer. And I believe as well, that is going to be the final contribution to the game from myself as we are substituted in this game. I'd asked for the change mainly because my fitness just wasn't looking too good. And of course with Bayern coming up, I want to make sure I'm fully fit for that game. So we are off, but that is an opportunity now for a comeback with Alcacer scoring. Here is Witsel, 23 minutes left, finds Goetze, Goetze to Witsel, back towards Mario Goetze! And the shot came in, and again Casteels has made another save. I can't even count how many he's saved so far in this one. Here is Guerrero finding Canales, Canales back towards him, Guerrero has time and space, Goetze has made a great run. Mario Goetze's shot though is not good enough. He made the run, and Guerrero waited too long to play the ball. Mario Goetze, time ticking away so quickly it feels like here as Mario Goetze is in possession. Great turn. Ball through to Hazard. Hazard to finish it. Again, though, straight at the goalkeeper. When I show you the amount of shots that we have had today, we only have ourselves to blame because our finishing has not been up to standard here. Corner ball, 5 minutes to rescue something in the match. Guerrero's delivery, Weghorst away. Bernat with it, loses possession towards João Victor. And I believe that that is going to be it as he takes the ball down the line just to waste even more time. And he goes back towards Ake, and that is going to be that. We now have to hope that Leipzig and Leverkusen don't win their games, because this could be the title race done and dusted. There might be one last opportunity for us though here, as Hazard goes backwards toward Varane. 3 minutes injury time added on. Varane inside to Witsel, time ticking away. We've got to go forward. You can't keep going back. A minute and a half to play. Varane's ball to Hazard. He turns and feeds it back. Last minute now. Can we please do something with the ball instead of just passing it between us? Hazard, send the cross in. There it is. Mario Götze. Oh, what a chance. What a chance. And that's it. Mario Götze's header. Wide. And that is it. And there is the full-time whistle. Wolfsburg 2, Borussia Dortmund 1. It's a defeat in a huge game that could have massive implications on this title race now then. Let's go and find out what the results were for Leverkusen and RB Leipzig. And remember as well that Bayern were leading too. And like I said about all the shots that we had today, 12 in total, 6 on target, 60% of play, but not enough to come away with any points from the game. Bayern held on and won the game by 3-1 against Frankfurt. Leipzig and Leverkusen don't seem to be playing on the Saturday, so we are having to wait to see their result, but I will skip a day and see what has happened. We've advanced all the way to the Bayern game, and Leverkusen have played, but Leipzig have not, so they have a game in hand and remain 5 points clear. Leverkusen, though, were unable to win. They've just been beaten by Wolfsburg, of course, who beat us. So back-to-back wins for Wolfsburg, and this game now against Bayern could either see us drop down as low as 4th, or could see us climb above by Leverkusen, depending on what they do in their game. Leipzig are playing on the 5th, which I believe is the Sunday, and they face off against Hertha Berlin at home. So, yeah, I don't know when Leverkusen are actually playing. Where are by Leverkusen? I can't see them on the right-hand side. So they must have a game in hand after this one. But Bayern now coming up for us. I mean, if that performance against Wolfsburg was anything to go by, I'm not looking forward to this game. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Again, I'm going to be playing 5 minutes. I guess we'll have to wait and see what we can do in this one. I think we beat Bayern, didn't we? 1-0 in that first game we played against them. Thorgan Hazard scored the goal. Again, it's a very strong team, and we are at home for this one. I think it's safe to say that Leipzig, if they win, the title race is over. I think that it'll be theirs, but we still have an opportunity, even as slender as it is, and we now have to beat Bayern to continue this title race on. Varane's ball will send it down the line for us to chase. And now then, there is a chance for us to get in down the right-hand side. Hernandez with us is the closest defender towards us. The ball towards Alcacer has not really worked, but he's somehow come away with it. Paco Alcacer has hit the post. Witsel now has it, as we are still in possession here, looking for another opportunity. Here's Delaney. Delaney looking back through towards us. And Hernandez clears his lines. Second half is now underway in this one. The first half was low chances, as you would expect from a game like this, as Pjanic has the ball, finds Muller. Muller on the turn, looking for the next pass, but he can't find it as Guerrero cuts out the ball. And like I said, low chances in that first half, that neither side really wanting to take too many risks because they don't want to lose the game. But can somebody come up with the goods to win the game for their team? Hazard, ball inside towards us. There's the pass off to Delaney. Delaney gives it back to... There's a chance to hit the shots! And Neuer's pulled off the save. 19 minutes to go here. And we haven't really found too many opportunities, so I thought I'd try my luck from distance. And it was on target and did require the attention of Manuel Neuer. Alcacer in possession, finds the pass inside to Delaney. Delaney lets it go to Hazard! And there is the breakthrough! I mean, I don't know how we've managed to work that, but 12 minutes to play. Borussia Dortmund 1, Bayern Munich 0. Get in! This is a huge, huge goal. Hazard's just come off the bench as well. I don't know why he wasn't starting in the game. He scored the winner against Bayern last time we played them. Alcacer sends it to Delaney. He lets it go again inside towards Hazard, and it's a tap-in the end for the Belgian. But my goodness me, this game has been so difficult in the way of creating chances that I honestly think that's going to be the goal that wins it. Last minute of normal time here as we look to hold on to a very slender 1-0 victory. Juan Bernat's header away towards Sancho. We are now into injury time too. Witsel and Sancho combine, finding Hakimi. And now Koulibaly in towards again Sancho. Lovely play by Dortmund this to just see this one out. Ball inside towards Hazard, now towards Özil. Özil looking through towards us, but that is it. 1-0 victory here from the Signal Iduna Park. I had this penciled in as a 0-0 draw based on how the game was playing out. But we dug deep and we found the goal when it mattered. Bayern defeated again in this season for us. It's amazing to think that we've beaten Bayern twice this season. We might not even win the league title. Thorgan Hazard again, the man to make the difference against them. And of course, we now have to wait and see what's happened elsewhere because it's out of our hands effectively. We have to hope for other results going our way too. And as we head into our third game of today, as you can see, Leipzig still with a game in hand, and they were able to win their last one as well, so they stay 5 clear. We are in second, Leverkusen third with a game in hand too, so they could jump over us too. We've got 6 games to play, Leipzig with 7 of course. If they win their game in hand, they will go 8 clear with 18 points left to play for, which is massive when you put it into perspective like that. For us though, it's Paderborn up next away from home. We're going to take it game by game because, like I said, it's out of our hands at this point. We have to hope that other teams do us a solid and try and get points off of Leipzig and even Leverkusen as well because they could still go ahead of us. Again, a very strong team away from home against Paderborn. We've just got to keep winning. Here we are on the ball. Little turn past one defender as we drive now into the penalty area of Paderborn. Across the face of goal, maybe. There it is again. Somebody put it home, and Paco Alcacer does that. Far too simple for Dortmund to create the chance if you're looking at it from a Paderborn perspective. But in the end, we've been able to hit the target. Not the cleanest goal in the world by any means. My initial cut back was easily dealt with. I managed to put it back in towards the mixer, and it's not the best strike by Alcacer. But however the ball goes in, we don't really care at this point. We've just got to keep trying to find the goals. And already after 13 minutes, we're in front here against Paderborn. But it's a game you would expect us to be winning if we are seriously looking at a title. Guerrero, ball down the line for Hakimi to chase. Hakimi has it, sends the easy pass in towards us as well. We turn back, easy ball towards Guerrero, surely! How are we not scoring that? That has to be 2-0. Guerrero, man, you've got to finish it. The hard work was done. All he has to do is just put it either side of the goalkeeper. There's Witsel, there's 2-0 anyway. So it's pretty much... Didn't matter that Guerrero didn't score, but he really should have done. Witsel, though, makes sure with that one. Delivery from Jadon Sancho from the corner. And Dortmund now cruising towards 3 points. Short corner by Sancho. Gives it towards us. We've taken the ball under control really well as well. There's the chance to hit the shots. And we've hit the post. Well, that could have been 3. I feel a little bit hard done by that hasn't actually gone in. Sancho again with a throw-in. Sends it towards us. Back towards Witsel. Now Delaney. Delaney in towards Alcacer. Alcacer towards us. Lovely play. I've looked for the bottom corner. Not found it. I'm looking for a goal myself as well. I haven't scored, it feels like, for quite some time now. Might have only been 2 or 3 games. But, yeah, it feels like quite a while. So, I kind of want a goal here today. We could have had it there with the post shot. But that's not quite good enough to find the bottom corner. There's the ball in. And there might be a chance here for Paderborn. There is. Michel, or is it Michael? Michel has put it home, and Paderborn are back into the game in a first half where they've not had anything. It's been all Dortmund, and the one time they get a chance, we've fallen asleep at the back and we don't track the runner. You can see him there, the number 11, just creeps in behind our number 4, slots home. Paderborn back in the game, although in the way the game has been, I don't think they are back in the game. Although, as we've seen there, it only takes one chance. But yeah, they've been dominated in this first half. Could have easily been more than 2 for Dortmund. Really should have been more than 2 for Dortmund. But anyway, half-time is only going to be 2-1. Alcacer, quick 1-2, sets us away. And we are looking now for a chance here to send it to 3-0. And we've done just that. Our first game of today as well. Our first goal, sorry, of today as well. Not game. And it's Paderborn 1, Borussia Dortmund 3. I was running out of steam a little bit here as I started to go towards goal. So had to find that little bit of second wind. And there's the finish as well. Our first goal of the day. Happy with that. Maybe the goalkeeper could have done slightly better. But from that sort of range, we should be scoring. It's our 15th of the season. Alcacer going off. And I believe Mario Götze is the change that's been made. As we are now back to a 2-goal advantage. And that is it from this game. 3-1 victory for Dortmund. 3 points in the bag. And now we move on to our final game of today. And we also can see how it's gone elsewhere too. Good performance. I got myself a goal as well, so happy days for that. But then in the end, it's all going to mean nothing if we don't get the title. I think we're safe to say we'll probably get into at least Europa League, potentially even Champions League football next season. But of course, we want that title. We are ready for our final game of today, which takes place against Hertha Berlin. But Leipzig still 5 clear with 6 games remaining for them. 5, of course, for us. So without further ado, our final game of today is upon us. Hertha Berlin, who are 6th place at the moment. So are no easy feat at all. We're going to have to play some of our best football to beat them. So hopefully we can do that. Let's get into this. And at the moment as well, goal difference could play a part. Sancho through to Alcacer. A lovely little deft finish as well. Past the goalkeeper. No offside flag. 11 minutes in. And Dortmund take the lead in our final game of today. As I was just about to say, goal difference could play a part this season for us. It's very close. I think that goal going in means we're now 3 behind Leipzig and 1 behind Leverkusen. So if goal difference does end up playing a part, it's very, very close. It's not like a team a head and shoulders above anybody else. But what a finish from Alcacer. Lovely ball through from Sancho as well. And that is the best start we could have hoped for. 14 goals in the Bundesliga now for Alcacer. 1 behind me. And that is beautiful. Here is Alcacer. Lovely control. Finds the pass towards us too as well. And he's going to continue his run. There's the ball back towards him. But he just didn't quite read where it was going. Hakimi wins the header. And he's down in the box for us to strike it. Dortmund 2. Hertha Berlin 0. I said it was down in the box. It was probably just on the outskirts of it. But what a strike nonetheless. 2-0 in front here. And it's not cleared well at all by Hertha Berlin. Yeah, it's on the edge, not in fact inside the box. But what a strike anyway. And that makes it 2. Fantastic stuff already here in this one from us. And I've got myself another goal as well, so I can be happy about that. Moving ahead again of Alcacer now by 2 goals. The chase is on for the Golden Boot in the Bundesliga this season between myself and him. And at the moment, I am currently winning that. But more importantly, it's put our team now with a bit of breathing space. Varane towards Witsel, back towards Rafael Varane, Witsel again, now Alcacer, lovely play, Sancho makes a move, there's the pass towards him, and Jarstein has made the save. Could have been 3, and we are playing some really good stuff here. 19 minutes left, Hertha Berlin back into the game. I was going to just say, second half has not been anywhere near as good by us at Dortmund. And Hertha Berlin create their first real chance of the game and take it. And that could have been avoided on so many levels. It started off from us not clearing our lines initially, so we forced it into touch. They threw the ball in and nobody picks up the runner. This is what I mean. We go through periods of a game where we're so dominant, so good. And then it's like it's a flick of the switch. We then swap and we're just horrific. The second half has nowhere near been good enough. And that's my final contribution as well as Mesut Ozil's coming on. I don't know why I'm substituted, but I am. Look at that first half work that we did, and then now we potentially might throw it away here in the second half, and I don't know why. I mean, that just sums it up there. What's that pass about by us there? That's an easy ball in towards feet, and we could not find it. Luckily, though, Hazard's won it back. Now Ozil towards Alcacer. Alcacer back towards Delaney. And again, we're forced to try and build the attack. Injury time in the game now as Hertha Berlin carry forward. Do not throw it away here. The ball is sent down the line for them to chase. There's a chance to put a cross in. And he's played it back, and that should be it, referee. You have a chance to blow your whistle. Just blow your whistle. No foul, but that's a poor delivery in the end. And that is it. Dortmund 2, Hertha Berlin 1. Victory in our final game. And it means that now we are able to try and keep the pressure on Leipzig. Of course, though, that second half needs to be massively improved because we were poor again. And that, my friends, is going to be the end of today's episode. The Bundesliga table looks like this. Leipzig top with a game in hand, still 5 points clear. 4 games remaining for us, 5 for them. Of course, one of those being that game in hand, though. So if they win that, they're 8 clear with only 12 points to play for. So I think it's safe to say that it's pretty much over. It's completely out of our hands. We'll still play the rest of the games out and try and go for the golden boot. Bayern up into 3rd place after beating Bayer Leverkusen. But they also have a game in hand, so could leapfrog Bayern back into 3rd. But it's Leipzig's title to lose at this point. They've just beaten Paderborn. Next up for us is Fortuna. And for Leipzig, they play Hoffenheim. So, yeah, I mean, I can't see us winning the title from this point. If we do, it's a massive slip up by Leipzig. And for the goal scoring charts, we currently are top on 16. Alcacer in there on 14 and Garcia also on 14. Assists as well, we topped that with 11 to our name. And to end off the episode, we'll take a quick look at how we've progressed today in terms of our attributes and our overall. We are now 81 rated, so we're climbing up 14 plus 14 so far this season. If you want to check out any of our stats in more detail, you can pause the video on the screen that you want. But for now, guys, that's it for me for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, a massive thank you for all of your support on the channel. I really appreciate that as well. If you are new around and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below to follow me on the channel. And I will see you all again with the next episode and the final episode of Season 1, probably tomorrow for you all to enjoy on the Friday. Until then, adios.